record this. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna start and end in standing just like normal. So if you want to start at the top of your mats here, I'm just gonna start my music. Maybe you guys got some fun music happening over there. I'm just gonna double check this. Oh, Pam made it on. All right. So again, at the top of our mats, just like always, if anything happens, just message me. So starting up here in mountain pose, we can roll our shoulders back and down if we want. We can wiggle around, maybe rock forward and back, find our center. And then really root into the balls of our feet and our heel mound here. Maybe we lift our toes off the mat and then let them gently fall one at a time. So we really find that strong foot lock. Crown of the head reaching high to the sky. Maybe our palms are open. Maybe they're not. And we're just going to stay here for a moment, finding our breath. And maybe we start with that nice cleansing breath into the nose, filling up all the spaces of our body. And really exhale it all out, let it go. One more time, a nice deep inhale through the nose, filling up all the spaces of our body, and a really loud, audible exhale here. Just letting any of that stuff that's inside of us out. Beautiful. And then tuning back into our breath here. Maybe you can feel your chest rising and falling a little bit easier in standing. Maybe we let our shoulders roll back and down on our next exhale. Really feeling strong in our feet here. Maybe noticing what parts of the feet are on the mat, where you feel grounded. Beautiful. If our eyes are closed, we're going to slowly bat them open here as we take some nice slow breaths. So we're going to inhale our arms nice and slow up to the sky. And exhaling down through heart center. One more time. Inhale, really opening nice and big, opening up our shoulders. And exhaling through heart center. Beautiful. We're going to inhale up to the sky. And we're going to exhale into our cactus back bend here, squeezing our shoulder blades together, holding this for a breath or two. Maybe our heart shines forward. Maybe we even find a little rock side to side. Maybe we move our hips with our arms. Beautiful. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale, twisting open to the left, trying to keep our hips square to the top of the mat. So we're just opening up in our thoracic spine here. Beautiful, circling that left arm up to the sky. Maybe we look up at our fingertips and then we exhale, open to the right. Beautiful, inhaling our arms up to the sky. Exhaling our hands down to heart center as we hinge at our hips, bowing forward, finding that forward fold. Maybe we hang out here just for a second. We can find a little bit of movement. Maybe we're noticing we're a little tight this morning. I think I am. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back hands, maybe on our shins or even our thighs to start this morning. Exhale, folding forward, planting our hands left foot to the back of the mat, finding our runner's lunge for our breath here, fingertips high on the mat, heart shining forward. And then we're going to lower that left knee to the mat. We can untuck our toes and rise up into our kneeling lunge here. Beautiful. Holding this for a breath or two. Exhale, folding forward, left wrist underneath our left shoulder, twisting to the right. Circling that right arm around. We're going to walk our hands back, straightening that right leg, finding our half split here. Maybe we just hinge at our hips, spine is straight. Maybe that's a nice opening here, or we can round in whatever feels good for you. Right toes gently flexed. Beautiful, walking our hands forward, planting that right foot, right knee meets left, finding that tabletop pose here. Wrists underneath our shoulders, fingertips spread nice and wide, spine is nice and tall. Inhaling to our back body and exhale, tailbone lifts, belly lowers, heart shining forward, cow. Exhale, rounding into our cat pose, chin to chest. Beautiful, finding this beautiful movement here a couple of times through, maybe opening it up a little bit, maybe swirling it around. Beautiful, one more time through here. And then meeting back in that neutral spine, we're gonna reach the other foot, I believe it's the left foot, to the back of the mat. And then rounding and bringing that foot between our hands, rising up into our low lunge on the other side. Opening up that hip flexor. Beautiful, exhale, folding forward, right wrist underneath our right hand, opening up to the left. Beautiful, circling that left arm around, walking our hands back, straightening the left leg left, toes flex gently. And again, maybe we keep our spine straight and hinge forward, or maybe we round in. Just noticing what your body needs this morning, opening up all the fascia and the tissue here. Beautiful, walking our hands forward, planting that left foot on the mat, left knee meets right, finding our tabletop pose. Our knees to the edge of the mat, big toes touch, sitting back on our heels and melting down into our child's pose. Letting our hips open and settle here. You can rock our head side to side. Beautiful, we're gonna look forward at our hands, pressing up into our tabletop, and we're gonna find our plank pose. So either kneeling plank or plank. We're gonna slowly work into our plank challenge here. Shoulders over our wrists or shoulders over our elbows if we're kneeling plank. One long line of energy. Beautiful, holding this for a breath. And then we're gonna exhale, hinging back up to our downward facing dog. Settling in here, finding the movement that you need, pedaling it out, rocking side to side. Beautiful, and we're gonna do a few of those lovely rolls where we roll from downward facing dog to our plank pose. We're gonna do that 3 times, and on the 3rd time, we're gonna hold plank. So we're gonna inhale high on the toes, rolling forward like a wave to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, hinging back up. Beautiful. 2 more times here while I grab our stopwatch. Beautiful, and on our last time, we're gonna hold it in plank, kneeling plank, or forearm plank, whatever feels better for you. Fingertips spread nice and wide, really pressing our thumb, index and pinky finger, and all of the fingertips into the mat, protecting our wrists, holding this here. Belly button into spine, we're already halfway there. Again, you can lower your knees at any time. Really pressing or pulling your shoulder blades away from your spine, pressing your shoulders up to the sky. Beautiful, almost there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we hinge our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, you might want to pedal out or maybe even find a child's pose for a moment. Beautiful, we're gonna find stillness here, bend our knees, walk our feet to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up to the sky. And exhaling, mountain. Beautiful, inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back into our downward facing dog. We're gonna inhale our right leg to the sky. And then as we exhale, rounding in, bringing our shoulders over our wrists, 3-legged plank. Inhaling back up to 3-legged dog. Beautiful, finding that core flow, rounding in, shoulders over wrists. Exhaling back up 2 more times, rounding in, really hugging that knee towards our chest. Beautiful, last time here, hug it in. Hold it for a breath, and then bringing that right foot in between our hands. And when we feel steady, rising up into our crescent lunge. Beautiful. You might want to find a little bit more of a close-legged lunge here if you'd like.
We are going to do a lunge. So if that's not in your practice, just stay here in the static position. Finding our cactus arms here as we lower our left knee to the ground and then rise up, arms straight for 4 more. Really moving nice and slow. Exhaling back up, cactusing our arms as we lower that knee. Rising up, 1 more time. Beautiful, rising up. Exhale, folding forward, planting our hands. Right foot meets left, downward facing dog. We're gonna exhale, float forward like a wave to our plank. And we're gonna alternate our knees in towards our chest here for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Hinging up. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to exhale our left leg up to the sky this time. And then we're going to round in that knee towards our chest, shoulders over wrists. Beautiful. Reaching back up and then rounding in. 2 more times. Rounding in. Last time here, really rounding and hugging that knee towards our chest, and then bringing that left foot between our hands, high on the ball down to the right foot, rising up. Again, we can close our legs up a little bit if we need to. And then as we exhale, cactusing our arms, lowering that right knee down towards the mat and rising up. 4 more. Beautiful. 3, 2, last one. Exhale, rising up. We're going to fold forward, planting our hands, bending the right knee, right foot meets left, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up to the sky. And exhaling, finding our mountain pose. Again, we're going to find just a minute of cardio here. Let me just try to get my thing. So we're going to do another minute of cardio before we work up, just trying to get a little bit more of our heart pumping here. So again, we're going to start with a jumping jack. If that's not in your practice, again, we can raise and lower our arms as we tap our toes. Knees are bent the entire time, just a slight bend in our knees. Or we can do a full jumping jack. And we're going to go for 30 seconds here. If I can get this. Apparently, I don't know the difference between resume and restart. Beautiful. So finding the center of our mat, and we're going to go here. So either all the way or toe tapping side to side. Whatever is better for you. Finding this for 20 more seconds. Beautiful. 10 more seconds here. And there we go. Beautiful. We're going to find skaters. So one of the other options, so it's going to be a lateral move. So we can start at which other side. Your one of two options is to step, cross that foot over, and you can reach towards the ground or up here and then move from side to side. Or you can add a little hop as you do a curtsy lunge. So we're going to do 30 seconds of those as well. Starting now. Here we go to whichever variation you would like. Again, you don't need to reach the mat, just reach for it wherever you're at today. I am sweating already. Beautiful. 5 more seconds here. I almost fell over looking at the clock. Beautiful. One more side. And then rising up out of that. Beautiful. You can shake that out. And then we're going to make our way to the top of the mat. Maybe we grab a sip of water. I'm already out of breath. Beautiful. Let's cleanse that out before we grab our weights. So we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up to the sky. And exhaling. Mountain. Beautiful. We're going to grab our weights. So bending our knees, just reaching for our weights, finding our chair pose to start. Feet can be hips distance apart or a little bit closer together. Hands at heart center. And we're just going to find our chair squat wherever your feet would like to be. We're going to exhale, lowering our hips, knees behind our toes, and lift. For 8, really squeezing at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold it down. Hold it down here and pulse. 8, just pulsing our hips. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Holding a chair here. Maybe we want to heel to our feet in a little bit more. We're going to find a kick back. So palms facing in, elbows into the side body. And we're going to reach those arms to the back so that we're straightening our arms out and bending. Squeezing our shoulder blades together here. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold them up here. We're going to lift our palms up to the sky, and we're going to do little tiny pulses for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bringing our hands to our heart center. Rising up out of that, we can shake that out. Beautiful. Starting in mountain pose here. We're going to reach this right foot to the back of the mat, finding our crescent lunge, sorry. Beautiful. We can reach our arms up to the sky to the start if we'd like. Beautiful. Hands to heart center if we've reached them up. And we're going to find our bicep curl with another set of lunges here. So as we lower our knee to the ground, arms straighten and then bend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it down here. Maybe we bring our hands to heart center, pulsing that left knee down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rising up, hinging forward, finding our fly. Elbows bent, palms facing in, and just tracing our chest line here. Beautiful. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful. Reaching forward, using our weights as a prop, or you can grab some blocks, and we're going to bring that left knee in and out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Reaching that left leg back. We're going to bring it over to the side, finding our curtsy lunge, grabbing our weights if that's available, knowing we can drop them at any time. So hips should be pretty square to the top of the mat. Left toes are just gently placed there. All your weight is in your right foot and your right glute. Your glute, I'm hoping, is starting to talk to you. Hands to heart center, and we're going to lift and lower. For 8, 7, really pressing all the weight into that front leg. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold down and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rising up, bringing that left toe just a touch beside our right here. You're going to have one of two options. Weights can go forward, palms facing in. Left knee is bent, toes just gently on the mat. You can find a one-legged deadlift like this, or we can reach that left foot back just a little bit, really squeezing our shoulder blades together here, and then lifting the left leg off the mat, making sure our spine is nice and tall the entire time in whichever variation we're in. Whew, finding 8 of those. 8, in whichever variation works for you. 7, maybe we start with one and do the other. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Beautiful, rising up out of that. Maybe we set our weights down for a breath here. We can shake that out. We can grab a sip of water. Beautiful, washing that out with a sun breath. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. I didn't mean to sound so like exhausted there. Forward fold, root down, rising up to the sky. And exhaling, mountain. Beautiful. What we do on one leg, we have to do on the other. So grabbing our weights to start here. Beautiful. Rooting into the left foot, reaching the right foot back this time. Finding our hammer curl. So palms facing in, thumbs up this time. And we're going to lift and lower for 8, curling up. 7, 6, 5, I'm a little wobbly. 4, 3, 2, oh, you know what's coming. Last one here, and then we're going to hold it down and pulse. Maybe we bring our hands to our chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, rising up, hinging forward, finding our upright row. So arms on either side, bending our elbows, wrists in line with our shoulders here. For 8, really squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Beautiful, hinging forward, letting the weights drop as props. Right knee in and out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, reaching that right foot back and over to the left just a little bit. We can grab our weights if we'd like. Rising up, finding that curtsy lunge on this side. Hips are square. Weight is in that front leg. Lifting and lowering for 8, 7, 6, 5. Noises today, Laura. 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Holding it down, pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, rising up, right foot beside our left. Who decided to do glutes today? Right toes just gentle here, right knee is bent. Again, we can find that one-legged deadlift here, or we can reach our foot back a little bit more, shoulders squeezing together, and then lifting and lowering if that's what is available to us today for 8, 7, 6. Again, that right foot can stay on the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh my goodness. Last one here. Beautiful. Rising up out of that. Again, we can shake that out. Beautiful. Maybe we need a sip of water. Maybe we don't. Before we wash that out, we're just going to do a quick series here. Hands can start at heart center. We're going to reach our left foot back, finding a warrior one stance here. Beautiful. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Maybe we reach our arms up to the sky. Maybe we don't. Beautiful. If our arms are lifted, reaching them back to heart center. We're going to find those serving biceps again. Oh, my goodness. Elbows into the ribs, palms facing up, reaching forward like we're handing a drink to someone, a tray of drinks, tray of martinis, ladies. Here we go for 8, really pulling back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. You may want to drop one weight here. You only really need one weight, but if you'd like to, you can definitely keep them. We're going to pivot and open up into a warrior two stance here. Hand is going to just start at heart center. Right hand is going to go by our hip. And we're going to turn a little bit so that our pelvis is more square to the top left corner of the mat. Spine is nice and tall. Reaching this right arm to the sky. Slight micro bend in this left leg. You can also pivot your left toes a little bit more so you're more almost open into a wider warrior one if that's more available to you and if it helps your knee or your low back. Beautiful. Arm is lifted. Hand can be wherever you'd like. And we're going to find another tricep move. So we're going to bend at our elbow, only moving the top elbow stays beside the top of the head. Beautiful. For 8 more, really reaching up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Reaching that up. We're going to bring our hand to heart center. We're going to grab the weight in the left hand. We might want to open up into more of a normal or different variation of warrior two. I shouldn't say normal. They're all normal. Hips are more open to the side. Right arm on the top of the thigh, just gentle here. Knee is over our ankle. Starting with our weight in front of us, we're going to reach our weight up to the sky, pulling our elbow into the side body as we turn, reaching this left arm down, back up into the side body, and then slowly reaching up. Almost like we're pulling a lawnmower here, really reaching down, working our obliques for 6 more after this. Nice and slow. We've done this move before. Beautiful. I think we're on 5. You should know by now I can't count. 4, 3, 2, last one here. Beautiful. Rising up. And then bringing that left hand to heart center. We can rise up out of that. Maybe we straighten our legs. Maybe we shake them out. Beautiful. Turning that left foot forward, finding that warrior two on this side again. This time we're going to turn our hips so they're kind of square to the top corner of their mat. Again, we can turn our left toes as well. Reaching this left arm up to the sky, hand can be on our hips. Bending and lowering, really working that tricep for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Bringing the hand back through heart center. Opening back up to our warrior two. Hand, weight in the right hand this time. Left arm just gentle on the top of that hip or thigh. Beautiful. Right hand to start at our heart center. We're going to start at the bottom this time. So reaching that right weight down, elbow into the side body and gently reaching it up to the sky for 7 more. Moving nice and slow here. Beautiful. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I feel like this is our rest period. Last one. Beautiful. Rising up. Hand at heart center. We can pivot our toes. We can shake that out. We're going to heel toe into the middle and to the top of the mat, bending our knees, grabbing that other weight gently if we didn't already have it in our hand. And we're going to reach the right foot back, finding a warrior one on the other side. Beautiful. Palms facing up, elbows into the side body. And we're going to cross the right hand over the left, back out, and to the other side. We're going to do 12 of these. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful, 1. Beautiful. Hands at heart center. Maybe we reach up to the sky for a breath. Hands to heart center. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to drop our weights to the mat just for a breath or two. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, really letting our head be heavy here. Again, we can find a little bit of movement. Finding stillness, rooting down through our feet, rising up to the sky. And exhaling, mountain. Beautiful. I'm going to grab a sip of water here. Okay. So we're going to find tree pose with our weights before we move to the mat. So we gently grab our weights here, bending our knees. Hands can start at heart center. We're going to root into our left foot, right toe is pointed, flexing them externally, rotating, and then bringing your foot into wherever it would like to go on the side body. Keeping in mind we're going to be moving at the same time, so your foot may not be able to go up to the top today. But always remembering that tree pose, the only thing we're doing here is balancing and opening our hips. So wherever our foot is, doesn't matter. Beautiful. We're going to start with our hands, our palms facing each other, elbows bent into the side body. And then we're going to lift them up in line with our shoulders and lowering back down for 8. Moving nice and slow, finding some balance here. 7, 6, 5, 4. You'd be laughing at the creaking right now in my body that's happening. 3, 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Hands can be at heart center, holding this tree just for a breath. Spine is nice and tall, crown of the head reaching high. And then bringing that right foot into the middle, shaking that out. And then finding tree pose on the other side. Rooting to the right foot, left toes out, flexing, externally rotating, and then bringing that foot in. Maybe our toes are on the mat, maybe they aren't. Woo. We're going to reach our arms up, finding our goal post arms. So really squeezing our shoulder blades together here. Wrists are in line with our elbows. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring our elbows together, opening back up for 8. Really squeezing our shoulder blades together at the back. 7, I don't even know what we're at anymore. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. Beautiful. Bring your hands to heart center. Again, we can hold our tree for a moment, rising up through the crown of our head here. Beautiful. And then we're going to close that left leg up, shake that out. We're going to bend our knees, lowering our weights to the mat and finding mountain pose. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, and we're going to step back into our tabletop. Beautiful. Finding our tabletop here. Now you can use your weight or no weight, whichever you prefer. If we're going to use a weight, we're just going to put the, oh my goodness, the weight just behind the left knee. Left toes are flexed, so we're holding that weight in between in the knee crease here. That's the word I was looking for. Really rooting through your hands as well. You can use fists instead of wrists if that's not serving you right now. And we're just going to find our donkey kicks. So we're going to lift our heel kicks. That left heel is up to the sky and then lowering. We're going to do 12 of these. 11, making sure that we're not moving our low back. It stays nice and straight. So maybe we don't have as much movement, and that's okay. Let's go with 7 more because I lost count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it up and pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. 12 more. I know you hate me. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Lowering that down. We can remove the weight. Maybe you want to rock your hips side to side. Maybe we hinge back to a little tiny child's pose for a breath. And then finding that on the other side. So if we're using our weight, putting it into the knee crease here, right toes are tucked. Right toes are flexed here. Spine is nice and tall. And we're gonna lift and lower for 12, 11, 10, 9, heel really high to the sky there. Back is nice and straight. 4, 3, 2, last one, holding it up and pulsing that heel to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower and lift for 12 more. 11, 10, 9. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one here, beautiful. Lowering that right knee, we can let go of our weight, and maybe now we hinge back, finding a closed or a wide-legged child's pose here. Releasing out of that. Beautiful, looking forward, pressing into our palms, making our way up into our tabletop. Oh, time flies when we're having fun. We're gonna tuck our toes, lift our hips up and back, finding that downward facing dog. Beautiful. Reaching our right leg to the sky, rounding and bringing that foot in between our hands. Runner's lunge for a breath here, lowering that left hip, heart shining forward. Lowering the left knee, rising up into our low lunge. Maybe we lower our hips a little bit more this time. Opening up that left hip flexor. Beautiful, hinging forward, left wrist underneath our left shoulder, opening up to the right. Circling that right arm around. Bringing the right knee to meet the left tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Left leg high to the sky this time, really rounding in, knee towards our chest, left foot in between our hands, runner's lunge on this side. Lowering that right knee, rising up. Again, maybe we walk that foot out, opening up that right hip flexor a little bit more. Hinging forward, right wrist underneath our right shoulder, left arm extending. Beautiful, circling this left arm around, left knee meets right, finding our tabletop. We're gonna find a quick pigeon on either side. So if that's not in your practice, I invite you to roll over and find your figure 4 stretch. We're gonna tuck our toes, lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg high to the sky, bringing that right knee towards our right wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist, flexing the right toes, walking the left hip back. Maybe we just settle in this morning. Right toes flex to protect the knee. We can walk forward if we'd like, but also remembering that we're not stretching out our muscles in this type of practice, so you may not have as much flexibility in this pose right now. We're just letting everything release and open up here. Beautiful, walking up out of that. Fingertips plugged into the mat here, tucking the left toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog, or alternating to the other side if we're in figure 4, pedaling this out a little bit. And then left arm or left leg high to the sky, left knee towards left wrist, left ankle towards the right, walking that hip back, left toes are flexed. Again, maybe staying up here this morning feels better. And if it feels good, walking down, forearms are all the way to the mat. Once again, noticing that you're probably very tight in these spaces today. And just breathing into those spaces for a breath or two. Beautiful. Hands on the mat here, tucking the right toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Or we can windshield washer that out if we're on our back. If we are on our back, we're gonna roll over, make our way into tabletop and then downward facing dog. We can pedal this out for a breath. And then we're gonna bend our knees, walk our feet to the top of the mat, finding our forward fold here. Again, maybe finding a little bit of movement, really being heavy.
And then on our exhale, we're going to slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time.
Rising up to the top, shoulders back and down last. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhaling into our cactus back bend here again. Maybe a bit of movement feels good. Inhaling up to the sky, exhaling our hands down through heart center. Inhaling up. Exhale, opening to the left again, hips square to the front of the mat. Left arm circles up, really reaching high, maybe looking at our fingertips, and then opening up to the right. Beautiful, right arm up to the sky and hands down through heart center. Finding 2 final breaths here. We're gonna inhale up to the sky, nice and slow. And exhaling down through heart center. Last time through, inhaling nice and slow, really gathering in all that beautiful energy for the day. And exhaling down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me virtually again this week. The love and the light in me truly sees and honors the love and the light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you again, Laura. It was fabulous.
No problem.
Thank you, Laura. Have a great